What's up, everybody? What do we got? Welcome to the stream. Downhill. Thanks for coming in. Big Stick. No Sally tonight. She is busy, so you guys are stuck with just me. Just me for today. Okay. That was Tim coming in earlier. Thanks, guys. Everybody hear me okay today? Got Tim downhill. People just saying hi to each other. Tim going to work here. Posting up his own channel. How many are you at now, Tim? Mark? What's going on, Mark? Thanks for coming. Tim. People just saying hi. Mr. Awesome's here. Hello, Mr. YouTube friends. You awesome people. Thanks, Gary. All right, so downhill just confirmed, loud and clear. That's good. I'm looking up because I have my monitors kind of up higher today, so I'm gonna trying a little bit different setup. Hey, Gary. Noel, hello, Fox family. What's going on? James, what's going on, brother? Thanks for being here. Thanks for everyone being here. Tim, back down to 495. Oh, no good. That's no good. We'll get you back up. Let's get Tim back up to 500. He's sitting at 495. Zach, welcome. Thanks for coming. He's saying hi to everybody in one shot. So everyone just kind of saying hi to everybody. There's Noel's channel. It says, I can't tell, it's a different setup. You know what? Well, one day I'll have to do, give you guys another, like, a different view so you can see my setup. It's a different setup. You just can't see it. But thanks for letting me know anyway. So we got a couple of those. So what's everyone, how's everyone's week been so far? We got OG's channel there. That's cool. And then we got, Mark is posting for Tim. Thanks, Mark. Okay, a couple more just popped in. So James just saying hi to everybody. 91, that's classy. It is. So going on, Jay, Super Alex, yo, Paul, Paulo. Hi, everyone. Hope everyone is well. Yeah, we're doing good. Everyone's good. Sally's busy tonight, so just me multitasking here. Mark just saying hi. BBQ Mike, thanks for coming. Been a good week. How's your week, Paul? Yeah, busy week. I was up really early this morning, so I'm not going to do a 6-hour live stream by any stretch of the means, but I think you guys set a record. That was a long one, but good for you guys. Yeah, it's been a really long week. I was up super early this morning, so start to feel it a little bit right around here. I was up at 3:15, right? So early. Okay, so all the usual downhill. Okay, so all the usual suspects are here. What's the topic of the live tonight? Tonight's topic of the live is we usually just do freestyle here downhill, but I should put some thought into creating a certain topic. But today is more just updates, what's going on. Dan, the guy that Dan Wallace, who won Shadow Fox, he's coming Saturday to pick up the car. So I'm excited to meet. I'm excited to meet him because oddly enough, I've driven past his place for probably, I don't know, 20 years. He doesn't live far from me. He's about 20 minutes south of me. Hey, Bama. He's about 20 minutes south of me. And I've always just kind of waved. I think we've just like waved at each other, but I've never actually met. So I know he has a beautiful Mystique Cobra. So we're finally going to meet. And he's going to pick up the car, and I'm sure we'll, excuse me, shoot the breeze for a bit, and and go from there. So he definitely happy for him. I'm looking forward to handing over everything, the car, the keys, all the paperwork, all that stuff to him. But he is interested in the wheels, so he's been bugging me for the wheels, and I'm like, no. How's the weather in Canada? Any snow coming? No, we were nice and mild today for a change. Actually, we were +7 degrees Celsius, whatever that is in Fahrenheit. So we were sun. The snow was melting, so on and so forth. OG says, "Hey, you shaved, Mr. Babyface." I did. I finally shaved. I got rid of the mustache, the goatee, the little dirt on the chin, and yeah, it was kind of it was getting kind of scruffy looking. So I shaved it obviously with the clipper first, and then I did a razor job, and it's been a couple of days now, but feels good. Next is the head. The hair is getting out of control, so I'm gonna get the summer groove on shortly. Zach, I had a new problem pop out of the middle of nowhere yesterday. I will explain when I'm on the panel. It's a bit hard to explain. Okay, fair enough. Women from Mars. Okay, you lost me, Gary. Updates are good. Yeah. What else? What else is going on? Yeah, just long day, long week. Lots on the go. I'm going to get the car obviously all ready, shine it up for Dan and whatnot, and then stuff to do our own personal taxes and a whole bunch of things to catch up on. So yeah, going to be a busy week. Yeah, right on, Paul. But I always mean to set something, but I don't have a structure like Neo. I know Neo does an excellent job of structuring what his lives are going to be. Top 5 whatever weight cuts, top 5 areas to look for, or whatever, right? So yeah, for sure. Those wheels are gorgeous. Well, he definitely, yes, they are, and I need to see them on the Termi. I want to see them on the Termi, see how they look. If they look good, then maybe I'll move the Celines. If I don't like them, I'll know right away. Obviously, I'm going to pop them on, take one look. It's going to be yay or nay, and then so one of the sets will be going. Okay, subject: women from Mars. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I'm on Mars, but yeah. Oh, gee, hope you okay. Well, little brother, okay. So you must be excited to get the Termi out and enjoy, Paul. Yeah, I mean, Mark, the garage certainly gets tight. So yeah, I got a lot of things to do before I even look at getting the Termi down from the hoist and whatnot. So I haven't even. Honestly, I haven't even wiped Sally's GT down. Like that thing's been here for I don't know, a month, maybe less. I haven't even wiped it down. It's got like an inch of dust already on it. Gary, they are actually from a rib, but who knows? Paulo, rain in the forecast for tonight and all day tomorrow, Toronto area. Well, that's good. Hopefully, it'll wash away the rest of the snow. My trailer, had, I haven't moved it in a while, so the trailer had a good buildup of snow on there, but it was melting off pretty good, and yeah, I could see the water running off of it. Yeah, Mr. Mock. I'm gonna open the panel. But I want to see new faces. Oops. What is next for the channel? Any new direction? Nothing. Good question, James. Nothing new. I guess I've been so busy with those waffles take a lot of work. Not complaining, but they are very time consuming because your phone just goes off, and I don't know. You guys, maybe some of you I know are aware, some are not, but that waffle filled really, really fast. I never expected it to fill that fast. Not complaining. I'm just saying my phone literally blew up. It was like, and messages coming in messages. Oh, I want this spot. I want that spot. I want this spot. I want this spot. I want that spot. And you just try to keep up. So you're basically catering. I basically catered to my phone for almost 3 days straight. And then once it gets filled and all the transfers start coming in, it's like, oh my gosh, it's hard. But no complaints. I'm going to be doing some more. There are a few more coming down the pipe. One of them is going to be a set of wheels eventually. I'm going to open up the stream here so I can. Sorry, I was looking around here. Invite. Copy. Okay, let me just pin that link. Pin. All right, that's there. Whoever wants to come in. Actually, I wouldn't mind if somebody came in, or if whoever wants to come in, everyone's welcome. But I'd also like to, there's a couple of new features on StreamYard. So whoever comes in, I'd like to try some of these new features with. So let me know. Cool. Pinned, don't know. Okay, Paul, Tim. There's Zach. Zach's coming in. Let me push myself. Oops. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I should unmute myself. Sorry, I don't know if you said anything, Zach, but
yeah, I had a new issue last night.
I was on. You were on mute. I had muted myself actually.
Yeah, I had a new issue last night that popped out of nowhere coming back from college at night. My life decided it wants to get hard. I'm having a really hard time walking now. For no reason. It randomly just popped out of nowhere. Don't know why.
Well, that's not good.
Nope. I have a doctor's appointment this 12th of June because I have to have an annual physical done because of the age I'm at now. So my dad, I think it's my back that's causing that because it randomly did that. So I was just looking up, and my back is going to be one of them they're going to be checking because I need that done because I need to know what degree it's at because it's not good.
For sure. Paulo, you're right. You said here your phone must have sounded like a machine gun. It was going. I had to run two phones to keep up. I have a personal phone and then I have a work phone, and both of them are linked obviously to my Facebook account. So I couldn't do it just on one. I was literally like, I had one going to retrieve the notifications, one going to constantly edit the post. So Yeah, it was hot to trot. So anyways, I got a few more waffles. Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. Sorry, buddy.
How's it going, buddy?
Very good. How about you? Let me switch
Not
around.
too.
Mark, when you came in, or Zach, when you guys came in, did you see an option at the top right? Because you come, I know, Mark, you're coming in through StreamYard, right? Obviously.
Yeah, I'm through StreamYard right now. I didn't see an option.
Is there an option at the top, broadcast to your audience?
Hold on. I don't see that. You want me to leave and come back in and see what it does?
Are you on the laptop or your phone? I think you can only.
No, I'm on my phone.
You're on your phone?
Yeah.
I think you can. I think it can only be done on a laptop.
Oh, okay.
So what happens is, I was watching a video from StreamYard, and apparently the new feature is you can broadcast it to your audience at the same time that we're doing this.
Really?
Yeah, and then all the comments will come in the same spot.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. So I just wanted to see if are you on a laptop, Zach?
Desktop.
Desktop? Yeah, that's fine. How about I'm gonna kick you out, right? And then when you come back in the basement, take a look, see if there's an option that says, you know, that you see if there's an option for you to broadcast as well.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity. Okay. All right. Sorry, Mike.
No worries.
You got the grizzly bear. Look, we're opposites now. I got
Grizzly Adams.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the grizzly going.
It suits you though, buddy.
What, the clean or the scruff?
I'm used to this. See, I've met you with the scruff, so I'm used to you with the scruff.
Yeah. Zach, drink some pickle juice. It might help. Sorry, Zach. Hope you feel better soon. Okay. Everyone just saying.
Hey, Broken Tool.
Hey, Broken Tool. Sorry I missed you. Bama, I saw you coming in as well. Manny, good evening, Paul, Mark, Tim, and everyone on YouTube.
Hey, Manny.
What's going on, Manny? Okay, so just Red Rum 85, Fox Body, cool. Is there, he probably can't hear me, but, wow, sorry, he can hear me. Zach, is there an option there when you're in the basement? Just type it in the comments. Manny, hey, Red Rum saying, no. Okay, well, whatever. We'll just leave it as is. So.
Yeah, Manny's car does sound good. Sounds real rowdy.
Yeah. What else is going on, Mark?
Not too much. Works transitioning from snow to getting ready for the summer go.
Yeah, you guys must have had some sun and some melting out there as well.
Oh yeah, the snowbanks are going down. I mean, there's still a good way to go yet, but it's I feel the promise. Now with the time change, it feels better.
Right. So I got the car being picked up Saturday.
Nice.
He's really excited.
Of course.
You know, he's busting my chops in a nice way for the wheels, and I'm like, it'd be less work if I just left it, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I wanna see it. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna say, listen, take the car. Here's my spare wheels. Let me look at them on the turn, like don't buy any other rims or whatever, because he's like, if you don't sell me yours, he wants to buy the exact same ones.
Right. Okay.
He wants to buy the exact same ones, same setup, same wheel, same everything, right? So he's basically like, you know, if they're I'm going to order them. So I think what I'm going to do is, you know, obviously let him take his car. I'm going to hold on to rims and just say, give me a week or two to let me see what it looks like. If I don't like them, then I'll sell them I'll sell them off to you.
You got to see them on the turn.
Hey,
first.
Broken Tool.
Howdy.
Hey,
Hey,
thanks.
Broken Tool.
What's going on?
Not much. Just talking about Mr. Shadow Fox and the wheel situation. It's not a bad situation. It's just a wheel situation. So, how about you? What's going on?
Oh, I'm getting some rain. Hear the frogs outside. Finally warmed up. Getting work done on rigs. You know what that is.
Yeah.
I started the 85 Ram Charger, so that's going to be in depth.
What's the weather
It'll
like?
be a cool build.
Yeah. I don't know what it is in C. It's 58, around 58 and raining. So I guess that would be a long sleeve shirt, something like that. Maybe hoodie. Wouldn't be
14?
uncomfortable.
So you'd be
Not
about
required,
14, no? 14. That's pretty warm. That's warmer than I was half as warm as you today, and I was happy with that. Just seeing
Yeah.
the snow melt away. You know what I mean?
There's no. Well, I guess there's one 4-letter word. It's rain, but there's no S 4-letter words here. So
Yeah. Apparently we're getting some good rain tomorrow, so it's probably gonna finish melting the rest of the snow that we do have, and I welcome that. And spring's not too far away. I think it's officially 4 days away technically.
The 20th, 21st.
20th or 21st?
I don't remember. It changes every year.
I think it's 20th this year. I don't
hey
know.
Tim, hey OG, almost forgot about the chat. Hey everyone in chat.
I didn't know because Mark, when I went into your stream, I didn't realize that I couldn't comment from StreamYard.
Yeah, no, you have to go on the YouTube side.
Yeah, that is so. When someone's on their phone, how do they manage that?
Like me right now, I have to rely on you putting the comments on the screen, or well, I could, but my
so you
camera
don't
would.
see the comments come in. I could see.
No,
the
well, I
comments
could.
come in.
You can see the comments on StreamYard, but then you can't see the panel.
What? Oh, but because you're on your phone, that's right.
Because I'm on my phone, right?
Yeah, that's the same problem I have because I don't have a webcam set up yet, so I use the phone. That's why I'm always reaching up and tapping stuff.
Gotcha. See, when I went into your stream, Mark, I was on my laptop, like my usual setup. So
Right.
I can see the panel. I can see the comments on the right. But then I realized, hey, like, where do I comment? I was like, I didn't realize that the guests weren't able to comment. They're kind of silly. I think the people in the panel should be able to comment in the box or whatever, or give the whole option. You know what I mean, or whatever.
The only way I've figured out how to do it is if you want to be on StreamYard on the panel and you want to comment on YouTube, you have to have 2 devices going.
Well, I do. I always do. So my little thing. So I got the comments still come in. I leave that running like that because the comments still come in much quicker through YouTube than the StreamYard.
Right.
40
So
seconds.
on PC, couldn't you have 2 windows or dual monitors and do the same thing?
You could.
Because you could have StreamYard on one side and YouTube on the other.
Yeah, you could. I don't have that. I have a dual screen setup. Well, it's not a true dual screen. So one's from my laptop, one's from a monitor, but they're not split. Like I can't divide them.
Okay.
What I mean? So basically, my larger screen just replicates whatever's on my laptop, right? I would need to get that little adapter. And there's a little adapter that you would need to get to split it.
Yeah, I finally did dual monitors at the home office. And, of course, at work, I had dual monitors. Is like, you have to have that.
Well, of course.
Yeah, I finally did that at home, and it's just so much better. It's just even video editing and everything. I can have one thing on one side, editing on the other. It's so much nicer. I don't know why I thought it so long.
100%.
Gary Chilton.
What do you use to edit with?
The Windows Movie Maker.
The Movie Maker?
So it's a one-time. It does all right. So
Yeah, it does right. A lot of people
there's a
use
lot
it.
better ones out there, but you're going to pay a lot more for it.
For sure. The Windows Movie Maker works pretty well. I used to use it a long time ago, and then I switched over. So I still do everything on my phone, believe it or not. I don't do anything on the desktop.
Oh, that's a good question, Mr. Mach 1. I use both because there's stuff in the Chilton that's not in the Haynes and vice versa. So I have both of them out. And usually one of the HP Performance books as well. So I'll use 3 books.
YouTube.
I have Haynes and Chilton both for FOXBODY'S, and just for example, the Chilton probably has 60, 70 more pages than the Haynes. So some of the wiring diagrams are more, I find them more precise on the Chilton than on the Haynes. But you know, they both definitely have their place. But honestly, I have them more on my shelf. I don't really use them except for the wiring diagrams.
Katerina, you're more than welcome to jump in if you like, and no problem at all.
Yeah. So you got that one?
Yep, exactly, with the red one, and my Chilton has the white GT with the gray bottom and the blue belt stripe.
I don't have my Chiltons here, but the HP book series, you know, there's the Mopar one, but they have lots of really good resources out there. That's good supplemental stuff too. So I actually have a couple of those. This is not an HP, but you know, like your aftermarket hot rodders have done figured out what we're trying to figure out. You get that knowledge. I think the next books I'm going to get is some of David Vizard's books on like the cylinder head porting.
Hi.
Hey,
Howdy.
how are you?
Hello.
Not too bad. I've been having issues with this damn headset because just the sound has
Hey,
been all
Mustangs.
buggy on me.
Yeah. What's going on? What's going on, Katerina?
Why is this not working? I might have to just do it through the speakers because the cord for my headset's not working.
Cool.
So, what was that?
I said, how are you doing? What's
So
the weather
how-
like out
How is
your
it?
way?
You know? It's actually pretty good here. Like it's about +2 outside right now, so really not too bad for this time of year. Like this time of year, you can range from like it being like +10 or +15 all the way down to like -30. It just really depends, you know. So
We're about +2
yeah.
inches of rain here.
Well,
Well,
do you guys know who Katerina is? You guys familiar with her channel or whatnot? She has a good channel going.
Yeah, with you have a 4i, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I've got 2 of them actually. Just the convertible is kind of buried under a bunch of snow right now, so you know it's gonna be a while. I wish I had a garage to park it in, but I don't. And it's one of those things. Like right now, I can't even get into the car because the snow is just right up to the door. And I tried to just open the door the other day, and just like nope, I was able to get it open by about an inch, and that's it.
I only got frozen. I couldn't open the truck. One day, and I had to do the old the lock we had freezing rain, so I had to do the old boil the hot water, you know, over the lock, and to let it go. It was crazy. I stayed away from the window because I know the hot water on the window could pop it, and I just kind of did the sneeze, and I got in, but it was crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, because the one thing is, if you're worried about the glass and stuff like that, the other thing you can do, if you don't have it, honestly, I've used it many times. And like it was actually really funny because when I did one of my last videos, it was just about like the 4-year anniversary of owning the car and how much it's changed since I've owned it. And the one thing is, I had washed it just prior to that, but I thought I dried off all the surfaces, and I did not. So you'll see in the video, I popped the hood open, And when I'm trying to close the hood, I have to keep like banging it because it's frozen. And even the driver's door, I had it open. Luckily, I left it open because I would have been screwed. Is I couldn't shut the door properly. It just froze the latch. So just fun times, when I thought I dried it off enough and I did not.
Yeah, speaking of door, I got to do a hinge pan on Jim again, the driver bushings, because I already replaced it. So I'll get to do that bushing again.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't snapped any, Katerina, any door handles. These Fox bodies are notorious for the door. I don't know how many I've had snap in my hand, just opening it regularly. Boom! And I'm like, oh.
Oh yeah, I've never had that problem.
Wow.
And
knock on wood.
Well, honestly,
knock on wood.
I mean, honestly though, even my buddy who has been buying and driving Fox bodies for the past about 20 years or so, he's never had it happen to him either. And right now, he currently owns, how many Fox bodies does he own, including a bunch of Mercury Capris as well? He's probably got like 20 or so.
Wow.
And yeah, and what's fun is because not all of them are functional. Like out of the functional, there's only about like 6 of them that are functional. But
well, I'm about 50.
Hi, Victor. Fort Deck.
What's going on, Victor? I didn't say hi to Mustangs and Mullets.
Hey, Victor.
But I am highlighting everybody. I'm not going to interrupt anybody as you're talking. But I think there was.
I didn't have that problem
on different generations of Mustang handles made, because I've come across some of them were made with the metal, right? But some of the earlier or later Fox bodies were plastic, so that's why they would get brittle, and as you would pull, snap. And I remember that happened to me with my Reef coupe. I only had it like a weekend, and it was like, I was like, uh-oh, I hope this thing wasn't built on a Friday.
Well, so I'm gonna guess then it was only the arrows that way, because both my cars have metal and they're 4-eyes. So
yeah. I think the arrows started to go more with the plastic hinge.
Okay, that makes
my
sense.
My 91
then.
is plastic, but like my 89, that's one of the first things I did was replace the door handles with the aftermarket metal ones. So I hadn't had that problem yet.
Yeah, and you know what? It's an easy job. It's just it's a pita. You got to take off the door panel. You got to take off everything. You got to, drill out the rivets. I never put. I don't know about you guys, but I never put rivets back in. Just in case.
I bolted mine on and never had a problem after it.
Yeah. Brian Allen, thanks for coming in.
Brian.
Life. I'm just gonna quickly skim through everybody here. Everyone just saying hi. People, everyone.
Fort Deck.
Red Old Trap. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, and I was just gonna say actually, like, so it's kind of funny because with my door panels in my car, because they're not in properly, the only thing that's holding in, at least the driver's side, the passenger side's even less than this. I have none of the push pin or push clips in at all on either side, and it's just held in by the door handle screw and the door pull. That's it.
What? For the life of me, I can't think of the name of your car. What's the name of your Stitch? Is it?
Yeah, my 81 is Stitch, and the 86 is Lilo.
Okay.
Well, those door panels kind of have that. It's an aluminum upper piece. Well, no, I don't know on the 4-eyes. I know the Aero cars are the aluminum piece that kind of hooks in to the window seal, like the little wiper in there for the door glass. So it kind of hooks in there. So it's pretty stable. And you got 2 of those big screws that go in that hold the door handle, the armrest on, at least on the Aero.
See, no,
probably the 4-eyes are similar, but
actually no, the 4-eyes, it's just straight up. You have push pins to push in, and then just the screws kind of hold it in as well. That in it, so a total of like say 4 screws, and then like close to 15 or so push pins. That's it. You know, there's
Okay,
nothing
so
to hook into.
it doesn't kind of cam over or hook over the door itself, then, huh?
Well, okay, kind of like where it hooks over, it doesn't hook completely. You just kind of place it on top just for the door lock. That's it.
Okay.
So
Lamar, thanks for coming in. Sorry, Ken.
Hey, Lamar.
all good.
Hey, Lamar. Yeah, that sounds a lot simpler than the Aero cars. Maybe I'll convert mine.
Yeah, much honestly.
It's pretty simple. It's a couple bolts.
Well, also like I will say, the 4i cars are so simple. Like for just about everything, including like if you have a non-AC car, changing the heater core takes about 20 minutes. You know, compared to, you know, Aero cars without AC, regardless, you have to take that dash apart, right?
Yeah, I just did that on mine. I think my back still hurts.
That has got to be one of my least favorite jobs.
Yeah, actually, getting it apart's not that bad. Getting the heater core out is not that bad. Putting everything back together, it's kind of, I liken it to, you know, like the good old fashioned WWE cage wrestling match with the chairs and everything. That's what you're going to get into.
Yeah. Yeah, when you see that antifreeze on the coming in, it's like
mine actually weeped out the AC where the AC drain hole is. That's how I caught mine. It didn't go to the floor this time.
That's good.
Yeah, that is nice, actually, because when my heater core was leaking, because I've had to replace my heater core twice now in the 81, and because the first time I replaced it, because it was the original heater core in the car, so it finally bit the dust. I'm like, okay, fine, replace it, but it never leaked into. Actually, no, that one leaked inside. The other heater core leaked outside, like in the.
That's the same thing I had.
Yeah, like through the firewall, because actually what it was, there was just a little. It kind of broke actually where the hose went into it on the one, so it just started leaking down the firewall. And I didn't really notice that until I realized, oh, I don't really have much for heat. What the hell? Oh.
So how long did your aftermarket heater core last? Because I got about 5 years out of mine.
Oh, that heater. So I cheaped out and went with one on Rock Auto. It was just this aluminum, and it was like thin as hell. Terrible. It lasted me about a year, and then I trashed that, and then I got one from Napa that's a proper copper that's the right thickness back in there.
Okay, that must be different because I didn't find the copper ones for the Aero. It's like Spectre is the only one I could find for my car.
Oh,
it's like I want to pay more money for a heater core. I want one, you know. I bought a lifetime warranty doesn't mean that I want to spend a lifetime changing the thing, guys.
Exactly. Like, I never knew that because there's multiple different companies that actually make heater cores for the 4i's. So that's interesting.
Interesting. Sean, thanks for coming in, buddy. Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
What else? We got another Sean coming in. Sean Fairweather.
Sean 5-0, how's it going?
Sean 5-0. Sublime.
Sublime.
Everyone eating but watching and listening. Right on. Rattle Trap. Jason likes his AC. I could care less about AC.
I agree.
I like
it gets
AC.
hot enough here that it's,
But
I
the one thing is, like,
I never use it. I don't like it.
Well, my 86 it had AC originally, and then the motor I put in it has the AC stuff there. Because what happened was with the 86, I got the car in a trade for an 84 Capri from my buddy, and then I drove it and seized the engine, to be honest, and I sold it off to a guy.
That's okay. Sorry, I wasn't going to interrupt you. Go ahead, finish, Katerina, and then I'll touch up War Admiral Tom here in a second.
Okay. So I actually because the motor was just giving me too many troubles. I knew that it was on its way out. Like, there was gas getting straight into the oil pan. It was just that bad. It had the 3.8 with the CFI. which is just
Yeah.
the worst injection system ever made. I swear to God. And so driving it, like I said, delivering it to the guy. I was thinking that I was going to seize right at the light that was honestly like about less than a kilometer from his shop, to be honest. It was just like around the corner and down the block, basically, I had to go. Because the thing was running extremely rough, and it was just like, ooh, are you going to make it? And it did. But what was really funny is, because we talked for about 20 minutes or so and turned the car off. But then when he went back out there, started up, sounded just fine, you know, not knocking anymore or anything. But apparently, when he drove it back into the shop and then left it there for a week, he went to go start it, seized. So,
Oh boy.
So then he swapped in 302 into the car, which was a really terrible 302. Like this thing was burning a ton of oil. Like it burned about a liter of oil for every 100 kilometers you drove. And I'm pretty sure it had blown head gaskets too, but he put like this crappy sort of stuff into the rad. It was like this black goop. I don't know what it was. I have no idea what he put in there, but it did not work. It just clogged up everything. The water pump that looked fairly new, it crapped out. Like, because when I pulled it off, I'm going, really? This thing looks like not bad. But yeah, it's because of that stuff got caught in the rotors and stuff like that and just killed it.
For sure. I'm just going to address Tom Katerina. Tom, thanks for the super chat. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Never expect it, of course, but it's always greatly appreciated. So thanks, Tom. I'm just going to catch up real quick with everybody. Bama, Sublime, Rattle Trap. Sublime is just saying hi. Rattle Trap. Anything under steering wheel sucks for me. Pedals removing brake. Yeah, that sucks. Try doing that stuff in a race car with a cage with fixed seats. It's even it's a pain in the ass. For Tech Life, Lamar. Oh, wow, that was some cool stuff. If you guys didn't see my community post, I put up a community post for Lamar. If you're not familiar with who Lamar is, I'm sure most of us or most people in the stream here know who Lamar is, but the guy makes some wicked wood creation masterpieces. They're amazing. So it's on my community post. Check it out. Sublime for Tech.
It really is beautiful what he does.
It is. Yeah. I still have to get on this list. So Lamar, if you're still here, I still need to get on your list. Not for one of my cars, for my son. And I know you were busy last year, and I know there's obviously, you know, the loss of your dad. You know, our thoughts and prayers are with you, and that could take some steam out of wanting to do anything. But I definitely want to get on your list so you can make me one for my son's car. Zach for Tech, exactly. Only want to have to do that to that job once. Yeah, Rattle Trap. Okay, so Tom, thanks again. I'm almost caught up. Let me just catch up with everybody here. Everyone just saying hi. Tim, thanks for popping everyone's YouTube channel. Rattle Trap.
Tim's amazing.
I know you popped up everyone here on the panel, including Katerina's as well. No Sally tonight. No, she's busy, so I'm on my own. But I have my guests, and it's cool. Yeah, it's cool. I'm just not used to all the clicking, and usually Sally does it all. Lamar, so Lamar is still here. Well, I mean, that's a 4-minute-old comment, so I'm just going to highlight everybody real quick. Okay, Lamar's still here. Dave Fria, what's going on?
Hey, Dave. How's it going, buddy?
Thanks for coming in, Dave. And Tom says he misses me. I miss you, Paul. I miss you too. I went into your stream. Well, wasn't your stream. It was you, Ken, and John Brooks. And I put a comment in. I put a second one in. and I guess it just went, and you guys missed me. I know the comments were coming in fast, but and then I set up for my own stream. It was last Thursday, actually. Lamar says, I'll take care of you. Okay, right on. I'll reach out to Lamar when you're, I guess, back. I saw a couple other people were inquiring about making some pieces for them, and you were kind of like not really motivated at the moment. So whenever you're feeling up to it and ready to go, either way, I'd like to get on your list. I know you got a list, so I'd like to get on there and yeah, do something. So I'll message you. Lamar and I are neighbors. Oh, that's cool. Big stick. Okay, we're almost all cut up. Thumbs up, everyone, please. Yes, I'm home early from work. Okay, right on, Rick. Rick, you got one more spot left here. 6 with the free, right? It's 6, right, guys? With the free senior. Yeah. Paul, can I plug a new YouTuber on here? Absolutely. You guys plug whoever you want. No, hey, do you guys use nitrogen for the tires? I personally don't. I don't know about everyone else. I don't use. You guys use nitrogen or just air?
Just
It's
air.
hard enough for me to keep air in my tires, let alone nitrogen.
Yet, to be honest, the only reason you'd actually use nitrogen is if you're having a full-on track car with slicks on it, not drag strip. You're doing corner carving with it. Because honestly, even slicks, there's no point to it.
No.
Whatsoever. Unless, if, like I said, if you're doing corner carving, that's different. That's the only time you'd ever really want to maybe use it. But that has to be a one hell of a built car, because if you just have even just like a 300 horsepower Fox body, that's probably not going to be enough for it to actually make a difference, to be honest.
And it's all your chassis too, because that's how you're going to pull your G's, not with the horsepower, but with suspension setup.
Well, of course. And as far as drag racing, you know, like you're constantly adjusting your tire pressure. Every pass you're adjusting your tire pressure. It's kind of a battle. That's why you see them with the whatever
the blankets.
Yeah, they're like the little they're like little stick on. I have one in my trailer. Yeah. I always forget
Even
to
in autocross, I was watching Warhorse Racing, and that's what he was doing on his autocross Mustang. Was he got his tires to the temperature he wanted them, the pressure he wanted them, so he had the blankets to cover up his tires in between runs.
Mine's not quite a blanket. Mine's more of just like almost like a screen protector per se. It just has like a little suction cups, and it just pops on the car, and it just blocks the sun from heating the tire anymore to change that pressure on you. So same idea. What do we got? Big stick, my phone about dead, charging now, no problem. Katerina is a book of knowledge. There you go, Katerina. Yes, she knows her stuff, no doubt. Misfit Motorworks, a younger guy trying to just get start. If you could all check him out and subscribe, that'd be great. Tell him War Admiral sent you. Well, throw his link in, Tom. Share his link into the comment. We're good. Brailford, hey, Paul, Sally.
Hey, Brailford.
Me for tonight.
What's up, Brailford?
Matt. Nitrogen just keeps tire pressure from fluctuating by the temperature. Righto. Yeah, buddy. Tim's on it. Ambient temp. Who did we just? Oh, sorry, my bad. Brailford's channel. Nasty Fox. Nitrogen also keep the pressure more stable, so you get better tire wear as well. It's not just about performance.
Yeah, that is true, but it's one of these things though. Like, for example, for me, my cars are slow. I will fully admit that. You know, my 81, you know, has an inline 6 with a T5 manual in it and it's 355 gears. It's, you know, with a few upgrades, and it's gonna get a bunch more. But realistically, I'm not aiming to be super fast with that car. I just want to beat up on 5-liter Foxes. That's all I want to do with the car. You know.
Are you gonna swap? Are you gonna swap it eventually to a 5.0, or are you gonna leave
I'm
it?
actually so I'm gonna build out the motor, to be honest. Like even like right now, a friend of mine is prototyping a multi-port fuel injection for the car, that is not actually gonna run off an ECU. So it's gonna be similar to like in the 70s when they were doing electronic fuel injection in like Volkswagen and stuff like that. Similar setup. Gonna be using like Pertronic sensors within the distributor cap, and that sends signal to coil packs, which then fire the injectors. Right. That's the very simple way.
Couldn't you use the 306, Rob, its fuel injection system and adapt it? I thought about doing that.
See, you might be able to, but
I don't know if it's the same distributor or not, but you might be able to get the guts out of it.
yeah, no, it's not the same distributor. I'll tell you that. They pretty much everything with a 306 is different. Like, and although it is funny because people have actually asked me, why don't, because I like my inline sixes and stuff like that, and they've asked, why don't I put a 300 inline six in my car? Because it's absolutely useless to put that motor in there. Like,
yeah,
it's way too tall and way too long. You can fit it in there, but no matter what, you have to cut your hood. And depending on if you're willing to cut a bit of the core support out of the front and some of that bumper cover to move the rad up, or you notch the firewall to put them in, it's not worth it. And the weight, they're like 480 pounds. They weigh more than...
You might as well just be doing a Cummins swap if you're doing that.
Yeah, like, although Cummins is a lot heavier than that, but yeah. It's one of those things, though. I would lose everything that makes that car really fun right now. It'd be out the window because, you know, that, like, those are very tall and heavy engines. Like, that car, before doing all the stuff I've done to it, it was basically stock. When I had it on the scales, it was 2,680 pounds. Like, very light for a stock Mustang, which it's interesting because the early Fox bodies, if you had the 4-banger or the inline 6 like me, it was actually some of the lightest Mustangs ever produced.
Yeah. So you see, I'm actually working on an inline 6 right here. It's not the Ford one, but it's the Mopar Slant 6.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
Sorry, I'm just gonna jump in 1 second. Tom, War Admiral, I deleted your buddy's link by accident. My bad. I was trying to pin it so everybody could go to his channel, and I accidentally deleted it. So, Tom, can you repost it? I was trying to do a good thing, and then ended up deleting it like a bird, just so it would be at the top for everybody. Okay, so my apologies for cutting in there and for deleting that link. So repost, Tom, please, and I'll try to pin it. Okay, there you go. It's there. Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. So
sorry.
you're working on a Slant 6. So what's the plans with the Slant 6?
That right there.
Going into a Ram Charger. Cool.
I already had it in there. I had some engine issues, so I found out what the issues were. So we want to fix that and do a little bit of work to the head.
Which,
and then
now it's
stuff it in there
interesting.
and see how many miles per gallon I get, or miles per gallon, either one.
Yeah. Well, actually, something interesting, because I have never actually seen a Ram Charger with an inline 6. I've seen the trucks, but the actual Ram Charger usually had V8, so that's a little odd to see, to be honest. Kind of cool.
Actually, it was a factory 318 Ram Charger. I still got the engine out of it and transmission. So I'm going to be converting it to the manual transmission, the 3-speed overdrive, and then probably be doing a 355 gear and see where I land with that and try it out.
Okay. Because the one thing is actually my dad owned a 81 D150 with a Slant 6, 727 automatic, and it had 410 rear gears in it. It was bone stock. And
that's kind of odd. The 727 usually were 904s, but they had them.
Yeah. So in this instance, because it was special ordered for the government for their little farm there, they special ordered it with the 727. It also had the galvanized body, so there was no rust on it. Period. Like, it was awesome. It had so many dents in that truck. Like, everywhere there was a dent. But yeah, the thing was quite reliable. Like he owned it for about a year, and he had to replace the rad. That's it. You know, for a truck, it cost $375. It's not bad. And it's so funny. No matter if you were on the highway or in the city, you always got 16 miles to the gallon every time.
Yeah, I had this same engine with the 904, had the lockup converter in it. I was getting in that half-ton truck I had, I think around 20 to 21, and that's 355 gear.
Ah, so yeah, definitely the gear and the lockup converter is going to help a lot with that.
Well, I'm going to manual transmission, and I got the 294 and a Ram charger, so I plugged it in my calculator, and kind of base it off Jim over here with an AOD 323 tire rod, added all that up. So I figured a 355 would get me third and fourth gear almost identical to my Mustang, but then first and second gear would be about a half a gear ratio lower because I'm losing my torque multiplication in first and second. Third gear is going to be 1-to-1, like in the AOD. So it should have about the same feel.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, no. Be interested to see how that goes for you, because yeah, like putting a slant 6 in a Ram charger, that is an odd choice. I don't mind it. Like that's kind of cool. I like people that do weird swaps. That's who I am.
I love it.
He was talking about the injection system for the inline, and I've been thinking about that for a few years on the slant 6. That's one of the things I want to do is just play around with intake designs of kind of make like a dual one barrel or something odd, and have it like a progressive, so you're running off the first one barrel, and then when you need the power, you got the second one barrel, which is still more than the 2-barrel would be. So which is going to flow off air for a 250 horse engine. So
yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Good
and
night,
like
Tim.
Good night, Tim. Hey, Mobster.
Good night.
Good night, Tim. Mob.
Have a good one, Tim.
See you, Tim. Because yeah, the only issue, and I'm sure hopefully you've addressed that, I'm gonna assume, because I think it's with the oil pumps, because for some reason on those slant 6s is once you let off the throttle, it gets starved of oil for a couple seconds. And I don't know.
That's the oil pan. That's the car oil pan. Uncle Tony's garage, he went over that. So the car oil pan set super shallow. So he modified the pan because you get the oil slosh so bad it uncovers the oil pump and puts the oil all in the wrong spot on the car pan. But I got the truck pan, so that's a lot deeper in that area. But that reminds me, I do need to look at that and see where it's at.
Speaking of truck,
how's that sitting here like staring at it now?
Speaking of truck broken tool, how's that new Ram treating you?
Oh, good. I just checked on a tonneau cover. I want to get something that's more secure for the Ford takeover, bringing parts out there. So I just checked on one of those. So probably next week, before Ford takeover, I'll get that installed. Cool.
Jason is, that's his comment here, Super Alex, also restoring an IROC Z. You're restoring an IROC? Pretty cool.
That's cool.
I remember those cars. Have you done anything to the Ram broken tool, or you're just?
Oh, I got it's all torn down. So I got 3 or 4 videos coming up just on that.
Cool.
The analysis, everything I need to do. So I think tomorrow I'm going over kind of the build plan and the box of parts.
Are you going to be doing much towing with it, or?
No, I'm not towing at all with a Ram Charger. That's going to be straight, just cruiser.
No, I was referring to
the new Ram. That's what that's for. The 2019 Ram.
Yeah.
That's the tow truck, the work truck.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, see, and because I do wonder actually. So in a truck application, do they happen to with the slant 6? Because did they address that or not? Or is there aftermarket to say a baffled oil pan that would address that?
I think this comes from Uncle Tony, what he was talking about. I think he said there was something like that you could get, but by far you just have to make one. So we can actually look at the truck oil pan here. So, I mean, we got the deep sump, but this is where the oil pump sits. So, yeah, I mean, you can see that, hopefully you can see there, that, yeah, you're going to uncover because this is the front. So when you accelerate, all the oil's going to come back there. So, yeah, I could probably come in and do a little baffle, weld some baffles in there or something and see if I can make that better.
Well, see, either that or do they happen to make, or maybe you can fabricate one yourself, for the oil pump that you can extend it to go into the lower part there, you know, the deeper part.
Actually, yeah, I think that's where that sits. Look at it again, because I got the pickup tube right here, right? Yeah, I'm just got y'all all over the place. So the
That's
pickup
all right.
tube is
I'll
actually
put you on
towards
solo.
the back on the truck,
Yeah, well,
right?
Yeah, no, that actually
Yeah, I'm
is right.
thinking it'd come out here like the car, but yeah, it sits back there, so it's not going to uncover. It might need a little more baffling, like around there, to keep it from, you know, on braking. But
Can you lower your camera just a little bit, Broken Tool, so we can? There we go.
there we go. Yeah, I can't see the screen if I'm doing this, so.
Yeah, no problem. You're good now. It's in the. I got you on solo and motors
Okay.
in the middle.
Yeah, so right there, there's the pickup tube in the back of the pan. Let me grab the pan right quick. So this is kind of what we see like that. So that should fit pretty good. I shouldn't have any issues with that other than maybe baffle up in this area.
Yeah, actually, that's pretty good because I wasn't sure. Like, I know a bit on the Slant 6s, and I've always been interested in them, but yeah, that was a terrible joke.
I caught it.
Joke of the day.
You know, that's really cool, and something that you never see. You can pop the hood at any car show, and they'll look at it and go, "Huh?" Because
yeah, exactly. You know, I was just talking to someone today at work, and they're like, "Well, why don't you swap it or something?" Well, because it won't be unique. It'd be like everyone else's, you know, whatever out there, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, me and you are like the same wavelength in that regard, because like the reason. So my '81 Mustang is actually my first car. I bought it 4 years ago, and I had certain criteria that I wanted for the car. So I wanted it a little unique in some way, because you know, a Fox body isn't really unique, but the options that thing has, being an inline-6 notchback with the 1 year only interior, was perfect for that. But then I also wanted something decent on fuel and that could fit in front of my house, because I didn't have a lot of space to try and park it. Like if you've ever seen my videos where the two cars are parked, those are my parking spaces. I don't get the driveway. That's my dad's. So, you know.
Can you not throw like a little one of those like little pop-up garage things just to shelter them a little bit?
There's not enough room, because the problem is when I back, so with Stitch, when I back her in,
Right.
I am actually right beside something to do with the electrical for some of the area. It's similar to a power box, right? So, yeah, technically I wouldn't be able to fit one. That, and I don't know if I'd be able to do that, only because of some of the rules with the trailer park and stuff like that. It's just really, you know,
Gotcha.
she gets upset just with the simplest things that I do at times. So, you know, it's I don't want to completely piss her off.
Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea of the inline in the Fox. I kind of thought about that. If I ever did do another Fox body, I would do something different like that.
Well, the one thing is,
I'm surprised I haven't seen as many. Like I know it's been done, but like 2JZ swap. I've seen a couple of them, but not as much as you think. There's not a lot.
Well, what surprises me, because yeah, you'd think there'd be more 2Js, but actually no. The swap that is coming out for the Fox bodies is the Honda K20 swap. You know, like those are getting extremely popular now, which I understand why. You know, you can get 450, 500 horsepower to the motor and still get 30 miles to the gallon out of it. It's fantastic.
Wow.
You know?
This is the catch to those little tuner cars, right? Like my son's little Golf R, it can hurt some feelings, but then when you're driving it normally, it gets great fuel economy. You know what I mean? It's only a 2-liter. It's only a little 2-liter turbo, right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I like about my inline six, because it gets really good fuel economy right now. Like with everything I've done, because I'm pretty sure it's actually faster than my convertible. Because the convertible has a non-high output, even with all the upgrades on it. It's basically stock power because of it's just a tired motor. But that's one of those things, because like basically when I'm done with that car, I do want it to be touching somewhere around just a little over 200 horsepower, to be honest. The wheels would be awesome, and probably closer to like 350 torque, give or take, because those things are just, they produce a lot of torque. That
Yeah,
like
what are your options for upgrade? That's the 206, right?
Yeah, so there isn't much. Like you could throw a cam in there. You have to, if you're gonna do force induction, you have to fab up your own stuff for that. There's no kits for it whatsoever.
How
Like
about Aussie Speed? They sell the supercharger. I mean, for a nominal fee, you can get a supercharger for a slant six. I don't know if they have that for the 200 or not.
Now there isn't much on the 200, to be honest. Now, if you want to be a little different, a little weird, you can actually. So, and people don't realize this. So the 200 inline six stopped production over here after 1982. However, in Australia, they kept going with it, and so I think that was they updated it to 250 technically, but it's the same as the 200. It's not the tall deck of the 250. And it's a cross flow with an aluminum head, and they did have injection on it too. So, you know, you could do something like that. Like you'd have to get the motor over here, but there are some that are stateside, but none up here in Canada that I've seen.
A K24 will push 600 horsepower? Not
They
stock.
can.
Stock block or built?
That is, if I remember correctly, you have to upgrade the fuel system. You might have to upgrade the oiling system, but internally, I don't believe so.
That's interesting.
They're one hell of a motor. That's why people keep using them.
Mm-hmm.
You see them in everything, and like and that's one thing. So my inline six right now, because like there is getting the intake machined out for 2-barrel is the way to go. Mine's just an adapter from 2 to 1. That way. So I have a Motorcraft 2100 carb on there right now, and the only other things, like everything else is basically custom on it. Like you can buy a header, which greatly improves the performance. It's a long tube header that you can buy off eBay. It's a dual exhaust header, and it gains you about 40 horsepower and about 60 foot-pounds of torque, to be honest, because that's how restrictive that cast iron manifold is. It's insane.
Yeah. I got the Clifford headers. I know Aussie Speed makes some too, but I went with the Clifford ones. I want to build mine for my Slant 6.
Oh yeah. See,
That's
gonna...
another project down the road, right?
Oh, for sure. Like actually, I'm going to be building a header for my car from scratch, because my neighbor, he was going to build headers for his C10 pickup, and so he bought all of this exhaust and he long tube headers on that thing, and then he just said, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to buy pre-made headers. So yeah, come the summertime, we're going to be building a header for that thing, and it's going to be really sweet.
Well, here's something that I found is a lot of times you can buy just a header flange for pretty cheap that's already, water jet or laser cut. And what I did to start my base off was get a V6 just pieced together kit. I was actually Schoenfield they actually are near where I'm at. I dropped by there and they just gave me the kit, unwelded up kit with just tubes pre-bent, and it was like 90% what I needed. So that might be an option there. It's just a basic Chevy V6 kit that's welded up, if you can get that cheap, and then buy your flanges.
Yeah, well, I do have to see with his flanges if somehow a Chevy 302 engine is the same as the 6-cylinder. I doubt it for the flanges, but we'll see. And if you don't know, Chevy did make a 302. It was actually in the Z28 Camaros from 67 to 69. And he has this one built in his truck. I've driven his truck. His truck is fun. It makes about 500 horsepower or so, but he does not have enough tire on it, nowhere near. And I did actually break it. Not my fault, but driving it, I think it was the for the oil pressure sensor, it kind of backed out and actually like stripped itself. So he had to get a new one. Not my fault.
Mark, you're awfully quiet up there, man. What's going on? Eh?
I'm just listening.
Somebody said, who said, are you taking notes? Who said that?
Yeah, I don't speak 6-cylinder.
That's
It's
all right.
definitely something completely unique and different. I think that's why I like it, because it's not your standard V8. It's just completely odd. Like the Slant 6 is kind of like the 200. It's like you're not going to make no 500 horsepower, you know, but that's not the point of the engine.
Yeah.
But
Actually,
just
from
the way they drive, the way the torque band, it's kind of like if you drive a 4-cylinder and you drive your V8 and it's completely different. Doesn't matter what the power is, feels different.
100%.
The inline sixes are the same way. The way the torque goes in, it drives completely different than anything else.
Oh,
well, I've had a Jeep with a 4-liter before. I get what you're saying. I'm just listening. This is all. I've never played inside of one, so this is all interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to get into the 4-liter Jeeps, because you know those are pretty good engines from what I can see. But
well,
that's
yeah,
not what I got right now.
So the 4-liter inline six actually dates back to the 252 and 232 AMC sixes, which are the best inline sixes ever made, to be honest, prior to the 4-liter. They really were. Extremely tough, and you could build them. And now, like, interestingly, because like with the Slant 6, like you say, you won't be making 500 horsepower. You can actually with those. Stock block, if you do custom internals with, you know, with forced induction, you can get right around 500 out of it before it cracks.
Mm-hmm.
You technically can, but and it's just amazing with them. And you know, like my 200, it unfortunately it's capped because of the internals are really strong with it, but I can only go up to 300 horsepower on stock internals or 10 pounds of boost, whichever comes first, really, in that. Because then, yeah, stock internals go through the block. That's just what happens. You know, at that point,
they go through the block in 5.0s as well once you start pushing a little bit.
Yeah, balancing, that's a big key. Well, I'm going to hop off here, and we got a storm coming through, so I was just going to hop in for a minute, and we got talking about inline sixes, and
no problem.
it's like I'm right in the middle of building one.
Well, thanks for coming in, Broken Till.
Stay safe in that storm, buddy.
Everyone.
Okay, keep safe.
I might sneak down into the chat here in a minute, but
No problem.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, see you, buddy.
See ya.
What do you guys think of, you know, there's a lot of those guys I've seen, you know, they're claiming to push big horsepower through the stock 5.0 block.
So,
what do you guys make of that?
Anybody?
What's your
like?
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll say anybody that says that they make over 500 horsepower, especially to the wheels on a stock block, they're lying. They are probably pushing closer to 4.
No,
9 times 10.
No, I'll counter that one. 5. I think 6 is even doable. Like, I can tell you 6 is doable. I've done over 5 to the rear wheels, Cat. So many times.
I guess, yeah. And actually, what Rattletrap just said, stock 5.0 block is a gamble, because there are some that are made that are much better quality blocks that you can push a little higher than that. But a lot of them, you're capped at about 500.
I think the general consensus in the 5.0 world is that 5.0 splits at that 500 rear wheel mark. I think that's what the general consensus is.
Yeah.
But I think it really does come down to tuning, what your power adder is. Turbo is a little bit more gentle than your supercharger. I have Paulo Silva, who's no longer with us. He passed away last year. His car was making 600 rear wheel horsepower stock block for 3 years and never had an issue with it.
Wow, that's surprising because anything I've heard, it's been 5. So
No, they go over 5. They go over 5.
Okay.
I always kept mine around 5. Like
because I know
Mark.
I know that typically, like depending, and I wonder maybe the aero blocks are just a little better casting, perhaps, compared to the say 4i blocks, and that might be the difference. That way, because like I know
I think tuning is a big
and that too.
Part, like timing. You know, if you're gonna throw in 600 rear wheel horsepower or even 500 with a crazy amount of timing, good night. You're gonna, you know, that's gonna shatter. It's gonna split. But if you keep the timing low, when I was saying, what do you guys make of the guys pushing? I know there's some guys in the States that are claiming they're pushing like 900 and whatnot through the stock block.
There is no way. Maybe a 351 would maybe, and even then, that's because usually they're right around like 7, maybe 8, but that's pushing it. To be honest, the only way I could see it, not a Fox body block, but if you get an early casting 302 block from the 60s, like a 68, 69. I've heard those blocks, because they have much thicker casting, can hold up to more power than the Fox body ones. I have not confirmed it. That's just what I've heard. So
take a peek at that comment there.
609. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, how long? I just want to ask: did that motor ever blow up, or is it still in the car? Because I do wonder how long it would last, too.
Good question. That's why I kind of prefaced Paulo's motor being at 600 for 3 years, and he beat on it. Like he would beat on it. I don't know if he ever went to the track with it, but you know, around town he would slam it pretty good here and there. And just to go back to the inline 6 for one more second. Mr. Mach 1 says he's got a few inline 6s in the junkyard if you're interested. My dear. Wrong. Yeah. My buddy doing over 500 stock. I made 650 to the rears, no problem. That's from Gary.
That is surprising. Okay. It's just, I because a lot of the time you just hear, right, it's the 500, but I guess it's just the way it's built, I suppose, you know, which makes sense.
Yeah, and some people will tell you the T5s are made of glass, and some people are lucky with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Because like now I know my buddy blew up his T5, but he had actually same transmission I have in my 81. It was an 80. He had an 83 built V8 pushing a little over 300 horsepower, and he blew up the tranny. And he's got 373s in the rear in his as well. And
80, sorry.
No.
No, but
yeah, that's okay. Go.
Isn't 81 a single rail overdrive transmission though?
I swapped that in.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, like I said, it's an 83 T5 from a V8. You know.
Hey, Matt.
Hello, my Canadian friends.
Yeah, well, other than Zach, it's a Canadian panel. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and because like that's one of the things though, because even though that T5 works just fine in the car, I will never ever blow up that T5. To be honest, I just don't think I'll make enough power to do so to begin with.
This was the block that I've used. I don't know the year it was, but I know I had a Mexican 302 block, and apparently those are supposed to be a little bit stronger. So, and I was making 567 on the stock block on this Mexican 302 block.
Interesting.
So,
I've never heard of that before. Well, the Mexican blocks.
Mexican blocks, yeah. So
I don't even think my Fox body is going to outrun my daily driver. I think it's. I'm actually. I did the draggy times for my daily, and I don't think my Fox is going to beat it. There's no way. I can't wait to do the motor swap, but I'm in such a conundrum because everybody says focus on one project at a time, and I really want to save for a blower for my boss, which means that like anything I put in that other motor takes away from that.
Well, I guess it depends on which one you want to do first, Matt. You want to do a roller motor? Are you going to build that one that you have, or?
Yeah, I'm going to build the motor. Well, I mean, I'm going to put it together. Like, I want to put an engine together. Say I've done it for the first time ever, and then once I get that figured out, then we'll play around with it even more. But like, I don't know. Like, I kind of feel like for the blower for my red car, it's now or never. If I don't do it now, I'll never do it.
What? Why now or never? Well, why do you feel like that?
I mean, I don't know. The car's getting older. I mean, still new, right? Okay, yeah, you laugh because you guys are all Fox guys. I get it.
But no, I laughed at okay. Manny's comment. Well, sorry, I'm not laughing at you, Matt.
But like the amount of I want it to be reliable for a while with the blower on there. So I want to do it while it's still a modern, newer car.
Well, how many miles you got on that motor?
67.
That's nothing, man. That's nothing.
Well, the good news is that due to having my project cars over the past few years, the MGB and now the Fox body, like the Fox body runs. I drive it because it looks good. So I drive it because it looks good. It's slow as heck, but it looks good. So I like taking it around, and eventually. I don't know. I might grenade that TBI motor on purpose. I don't know. Just do a burnout until she blows.
Broken Tool is asking, what's Neil getting on his stock bottom end 302 right now? No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he's getting on his 302. I know he's running that the 351 there. I think in his white car.
Did he just do a video comparing the 351 and the 302?
I haven't watched it yet. But I know his white car, it's just a 350, not just, but it's a 351 with his turbo, and he's in that like 750-ish range, I believe. So, well, anyways, Matt, well, get that charger on there, but don't forget, obviously, there's a lot of other little things that you have to. Can't just throw the charger on, right? Yep. Charger, fuel system, injectors, tune.
Well, the good news is, I haven't just been like idly sitting by. I've been gradually accumulating parts. So like I've got the drivetrain to hold it. I've got all that. Right. So now it's just the matter of getting the power on the car.
Yeah, and getting it set up. Yeah, you've had that training there in your garage, at least a year?
Yeah, over a year. And like I almost put it on, but I was like, you know what? If the stock trans is still running good, why take it off and put any wear and tear on the other one at all? Just let it sit until I'm ready for it.
Manny's T5 still going strong behind his 413. I'm surprised. Knock on wood. Yeah, knock on wood.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll all knock on wood for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, but honestly, it does depend on the T5 though too. Like, if it's a world class or if it's one like mine, because the world class is much better gear ratios, and they're thicker gears, so they will actually hold up to a lot more power. Compared to, like I said, mine, give or take about 300 horsepower, that thing will typically break. A world class, you're usually pushing over 4 at minimum.
Sublime, you gotta send me your address, man. You never did that. It's not my fault.
Oh.
Nancy Fox said, I went to De Silva's Dyno Day back in 2000s. and made 609 on their dyno with a stock block and Vortec. Oh, right on. Yeah, he's still running the dyno there.
Yeah, actually, speaking of which, my 81, even though I might make the least amount of power on the day, but it's gonna be on the dyno in May.
What do you think you're gonna make?
To the wheels, like it's not gonna be much. Like you might laugh. If it's making like 110 to the wheels, I'd be surprised. You know, I'd be surprised because I started with 87. I did the T5 swap from the automatic. I deleted all the emissions on the car. Did a dual exhaust on it. The carburetor, better coil on it, that sort of thing. Like it, you know, somewhere around there.
I think that'd be a good race between you and Broford there. Hey, Matt? Hey? Four against Fry.
Probably. I don't know. I need to just get it out. The problem is the weather's been so awful here lately. Like we're going through winter number 2. We had a week of 80 degrees and it was awesome. And then now we're just going through winter again.
See the comment there for you from Bama?
The turbo thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bama. I considered turbos for a while because the on-3 kits aren't unreasonable, but like I don't know. I think I want a Paxton. Like I just want a centrifugal supercharger.
Turbos are.
But ESS doesn't make them.
Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
No, I'm sorry. It's your stream, Paul. I didn't mean to step on you. I apologize.
That's fine. Go. You were talking. Finish.
I said I looked at the ESS's superchargers too, but they're only doing them for S550 right now, from what I can tell. I haven't seen any for the 197s. And I'm sorry, this is a Fox stream. We shouldn't be talking about my newer vehicle.
Hey, we were talking about a Dodge.
We were talking about a Slant 6 for a bit. It's all good, man. It doesn't. Yeah. There's no rules per se, right? But I definitely I do prefer turbo setups, but there are some cons to it as well. You know what I mean? Like, and the cons are, it definitely changes the way your car sounds. You know, it does silence, it does quiet down your car. You got a lot of extra plumbing, a lot of extra, fabrication. You're adding a little bit more weight. I found my last car was nose heavy with that big turbo up front there. So yeah, there's some definitely pros and cons, but that spool up and blow off is unbeatable though.
Yeah.
That's the pros to it.
Well, see, I do want to put a turbo on my card. Oddly enough, it's not the perfect turbo, but it is the perfect turbo because it was free. Cool. So, and honestly, it would actually, if you think about the size of the turbo for what I'm running, it would actually be kind of perfect because a buddy of mine gave me, so it's an IHI AS12 turbo, which they are only a 46 millimeter turbo, and they were on like Perkins diesels and stuff like that, to be honest. Some Volkswagens used them as well on their diesels, but okay. Cat. But and with that, like I'd only want to push like maybe, I don't know, 6, maybe 7 pounds, not a lot. Okay, stop it, fucking cat. He's being annoying. But and what am I missing here? Oh, okay.
No, I'm just I'm commenting. I'm writing to him as you're talking.
Okay, no worries. And one of the things is because I'm not gonna do internal work right away. Like it's gonna be really expensive because it's all custom. Whenever you do anything internally with that inline 6, it's all 100% custom internally. So, because the only things you can get for that is like, a cam and a timing chain, which I already have a double roller timing chain in the car. But, and that's one of those things, like with that timing chain, it's kind of nice. Although it is expensive to work on that engine if you want to do any of that. Because even like that double roller timing chain, right? You know, on a Fox body, you can pick them up for about less than $100, right? Just with a throw tape. That was $220.
220.
Just for a timing chain, you know, which way better than the stock one, and especially it's not loose in there like the stock one was, but still, you know. And yeah, although it just barely, I will say, it barely fits. That double roller is just a few millimeters from touching that case. So I'm happy about that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mark, what's going on with Sweet Leaf, man? You've been quiet, so I'm gonna try to engage you here.
I am counting days, my friend. I am counting days.
Looks like you're ready to, boot that chassis out the door soon, right?
Oh yeah, that thing is barely a roller. I'm just waiting for the trailer to be able to be freed from the snow, and that thing's gone. The spindles are ready to come off. They're hand tight. The 8.8 is hand tight, and that's all that's left to come on. I just want to leave it a roller so I can get it up onto the trailer easily, and then I'm gonna fill it full of metal and bring it off to the scrapyard, and everyone's Fox body will be a little more valuable.
I don't even know what's the scrap metal rate these days.
I don't know. Well, think about it. No engine, no trans, no rear end. Be lucky to get $100.
Yeah, you'd be lucky to get $100.
And honestly, the gas you're gonna have to put in the truck and whatnot. Be lucky to pay lunch with it.
Wake up, Jason. Jason says he's taking a snooze here. Wake up. I answered you in the comments and asked the Fox. Sally's just catching up with some work tonight. Right here.
But as far as my car, I don't know. I'm probably a month out from going to pick it up from storage.
Their Rattletrap is asking, what's your plan? What's your plan, anyone?
My plan is right now I am accumulating parts, and it looks like I'm going to be needing some probably some machine work on the engine, and definitely going to be sending the T5 off to get rebuilt. And then when I get it back, I'm going to do my typical upgrades, my one-piece steel bearing retainer, billet cluster support, just a few goodies here and there. Try and help with the gear spread a little bit.
That's what that 5.0 Tussin guy does, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So you've taken a look at the motor? Like, have you taken it apart or?
No, I'm, like I said, I want to get this thing junked and out of the shop, give the shop a proper top to bottom clean, and then I'm going to start taking the motor apart.
Gotcha. Well, hopefully it's in decent shape for you, and you don't need to do any machining.
See, that's the thing, but whether it is or it's not, I have big plans for it in the future, so maybe it'd be time to do a few things to it anyway. But until I pull it apart, I'm not going to know, right?
Yeah, well.
Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll just be able to throw gaskets and oil pump, timing chain at it and paint it up and make it all Craigslist pretty, put my new ported heads and my 24-pound injectors and my GT40 intake and go have some fun.
Well, it's either you do bare minimum to it and do absolutely, your bare minimum, which is what you just mentioned, or you do everything to it and get it done. You know what I mean?
That's the great debate, my friend.
Yeah. So you won't know until you crack it open.
If I crack it open and it's beautiful, then I think I'm going to go that route.
Obviously, you're gonna check the bearings, of course. I'm assuming you're gonna flip the pan, take it off, and check.
Oh well, yeah. Well, yeah. I'm gonna want to put my ARP oil pump drive shaft. I'm gonna want to put a Melling oil pump in it. Either clean out or put a new pickup. All that fun stuff. Oil pan gasket, front seal, rear main seal. But I'm gonna pull the timing cover off. I'm gonna degrease it, paint it, do what I always do.
Lime green this time, or?
No, this time it's not going to be lime green. I think this time we're going for a Los Angeles Raiders theme.
Right on.
Black,
Gary
silver,
said,
and gray.
Sorry, what color?
Black, silver, and gray this time.
Cool. Oops. Gary said 50 Tussin makes Swiss cheese out of his cars. Yeah.
Dude,
If he gets into a fender bender on his way to the track, there will be no more car.
I think that dude goes in the junkyard, grabs a car, does some WD-40 and duct tape mods, and then goes and pops a wheelie at the track. I mean, the guy's pretty impressive.
Well, when you put a 514 gear in your car, don't ask that guy to run quarter mile. And I'm not knocking him. He can shift. He can drive like a banshee. But, I mean, there's no car left either. I mean, there's no bumper supports. There's no door reinforcements. There's no hood reinforcements.
It's a shell. It's a shell.
Well, that's what I did. That's what I did with my 4i. And you get to a point where you take it too far. You can feel the car flexing, even with subframe connectors and battle boxes. You feel the whole thing flexing. It's horrible.
Does he? I'll be honest. I don't watch him a lot. Does he even dump in a cage in that thing or nothing?
Nope, never.
Huh.
That wouldn't fly at my track. Not with the times he's trapping in the 8th.
No, I know.
He's running mid 6s. I mean,
mid 6s.
Yeah, with some of his cars, yeah.
That's cool.
But I mean, you also got to think about it. I can't drive around with 3-inch exhaust with race bullets and dumps. I'll get that thing taken off the road here. You know what I mean? I guess in Florida.
No one's for you, Mark. That comment there. Oh shit.
The machine shop out here, I won't do business with. I don't like the way he conducts himself. So I think I might be going more into Paul's neck of the woods to get that done if I go that route. But if I go that route, it's going to be a lot of overtime this summer and save up my money before I even call and put my name on the list, because you know it'll cost triple what it's supposed to. It's always that way.
It is. Mr. Nasty Fox.
What's up, Nasty Fox?
Hi, Paul. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Hey, good to see you. Good to put a face to a name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of odd watching everybody, and you sit there and you watch them, and you're scrambling to get something going for content and that. So it's always good to throw some extra in there. So.
Nice. Okay.
What you working on?
What? So, Mark, you still think for the machining you're gonna head this way?
Yeah. Yeah, because you know what? I would rather drive my parts 6 hours and drive back 6 hours to pick them up. And I don't care if it's the big price. I know it's going to be done right. That counts more than anything.
There's nobody out in your area? Man.
There's 2 guys that are within what I consider reasonable driving distance. One, basically, he won't do any stock lower end builds. It's all $10,000 plus motors. So he doesn't even want to talk to me. And the other guy, I didn't like his attitude, so I'm not going to give him my business. It's plain and simple.
Wow.
Which I don't understand that. Why wouldn't a shop want to do the nice bread work that is the easier, quicker thing just for the quick buck? Like, that's
because they're so few and far between locally that they don't need any more business than they have. They can barely handle what they have, is the impression I get.
That's ridiculous.
Victor,
You know,
sorry.
That's ridiculous, because you know, these big shops out here, you know, Paul being one, PSP and BD and Woods. Paul will do, you know, he's got a big waiting list, but he's going to do whatever you bring him. You know what I mean? Whether it's a stock or whether it's a 50D motor, he's going to build it and put the same amount of love and time and energy into that motor. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I want, and that's what I want to pay for.
Yeah, and that's what you will get. So, but yeah, the machine shops out here are backed up to the wazoo as well. But it kind of seems like you know, with Paul being a performance shop, his stuff always kind of like slides to the top of the pile. You know what I mean? Like,
he's got to go racing.
Well, yeah. I mean, he throws a lot of business into them, so they're going to cater to it, right?
True, true.
Downhill said 5-0 is the fastest redneck in the country.
I'm not knocking what he does, because you're right. What he's doing is very impressive. I'm not knocking it at all.
Victor, that sounds like Diablito, but I was just thinking about him because you said that, and he hasn't.
Eric,
posted content.
I was thinking the same thing, Matt. Eric, I think he's talking about Eric, right?
Yeah, he hasn't posted content that I've seen in like 6 months.
Yeah, he's been off because he went to. Because he was initially setting up nitrous. Then he flipped over to turbo. And then I think he went to twin. Did he not?
Yeah, he had twins, and it was crazy because it was like he had to remove his hood, and he had that crazy pipe going on across, and the twins sticking out of the hood.
He started gutting the crap out of his car too. But you know what? You know what I say? Teach his own. It's his car. So if he wants to do it, he does it. That's up to him. But it's a really nice car to be gutting.
I'm wondering if he hurt the car, because I haven't seen him do anything in a while.
I haven't seen him either. He hasn't put much content or anything, because I think he was trying to crack into a high 6 on his 1.8, and he was getting close. But that was on his nitrous setup.
Yeah, his last Instagram post was in July of last year.
I think he's done a post, not on Instagram, in YouTube since.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I'll take a look.
Do you see this, Mark? That's for you.
Oh, he's from Montreal. I had no idea.
There you go. Add it to
Thank you, Manny.
Oh, he posted 4 days ago. Okay.
Yeah.
He's putting stuff up. Man, I've got no notifications for him. He's getting close to 1,000. He's at 946.
Oh, he is, eh? That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. There's Gary. He did a video the other day. Yeah. All right. I think on that note, we've been going for a bit. I got to get up super early tomorrow, so I think I'm gonna pack it in here.
Thanks for having me on, Paul.
I think Nasty Fox dropped off, but I just want to thank you guys for jumping on. Katarina, I loved it. I know you're very knowledgeable in your 4i inline 6 and just knowledgeable overall. So that's cool. I appreciate it.
It was fun. I appreciate you letting me up.
Thanks for popping in, Mark.
Well, thanks for having me, man.
And
Brailsford, Katarina.
You're pretty quiet. And yeah, that's it. That's all. Thanks to everybody in the stream. Appreciate all you guys. And once things slow down, I'm going to try getting back to some more content videos. In the meantime, the shorts keep going up.
Sounds good, brother. All right, y'all have a good night.
All right. See you, Mark. Bye, Katarina.
Later.
And everybody in the stream. Good night, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.